So anyhow, I'm getting on it. How about you? You're gonna put your
my
what are
Terp
you?
Pen is now a weapon.
What the fuck?
It magnetically picked up my poker.
Nice. We need to get into Boundless. So what do you think?
Well, we can have some dabs with the Boundless Terp Pen.
That's a great fucking idea. So I've got my teal Terp Pen and my silver XL. These are what I got. Bajumi.
Oh, what are you doing throwing your shit around like that? We talked with Eric from Boundless this week. I think we can introduce Eric because Eric has been with Boundless for a long ass time.
Since the beginning-ish, really.
Like, when did you first meet? I think you probably met Eric before I did.
I first met Eric at Champs, my first or second Champs. It was when Boundless first started, and they had the CF and CFX, and they were rolling them out. And Eric was there, yeah.
I probably met him around the same time because I remember when the CF got announced. I picked up one. I noticed that the address on their shit was like Ontario, California. And at first I actually thought it was Ontario, Canada. And I'm like, whoa, they're from Ontario, Canada. Cool. You know, and then somebody on FC pointed out that it was California. I'm like, oh shit, there's an Ontario, California. And I look on the map and I'm like, that's kind of close to me. Like that's like, you know, a little over an hour away. If I'm serious about this hobby of reviewing vapes and I bought the CFX to review, I should go check this fucking company out. I should go meet them and go write some content about them or whatever. And I emailed, and Eric was the one that like responded. Like, yeah, man, we'd love to have you out and talk to you and hook you up with some vapes. And so yeah, I went out there and met with Eric and the team. It was a good time.
Yeah, man. So you got a clip that tells a little more about what he's doing now, right?
Yeah. So now, well, yeah. Let me play it, and I'll load this bowl.
Sweet. Check this out, guys.
And you've had some role changes at Boundless. You've progressed. The company has progressed and changed around a little bit over the years. And now you used to do more marketing, and right. Now you're director of product development.
Exactly. Yeah, director of product development. So I'm working closely with our overseas team and the U.S. team to make sure we get the product to launch. We were missing that role for a good amount of our time. Just trying to market our vapes out. There wasn't really someone to direct, the direction of the units that we wanted to, release. So now, I'm the person in charge of that, trying to get the community's ideas and our own ideas into a badass units, for the community.
That's great. And that's very reassuring. That I think that became obvious a little bit in the Terra launch and the Terra scene, and that the Terra is sitting well, I think, in the market still. I still use and recommend the Terra. I still see people using the Terra in the sessions and shit like that.
We do love the Terra unit, and we are making improvements on that too. So that convection technology, I feel, was really good, and we were able to get it down to a portable size like this. And all we can do is expand on that now, right?
Yeah.
Right on.
We're back. Welcome back.
That's my boy Eric right there, man. Dude, I love that guy. It's funny, man. Like, I mean, I'm drawn to vapes. I get behind good vapes, but I'm really drawn to people that I really, that I think are good people in the industry. And his presence at Boundless has always made it easy to really know that Boundless was gonna be there when you needed him. Yeah, man, I'm stoked he's there and doing more and more and getting more involved in all kinds of shit. Yeah, I love it, man. He and Carolina, they're fucking great, man. Love those guys. Great to party with, great to hang with, great to do business with. All the above, man.
Yeah. He was at my house.
Nice.
I invited him over for a session, and he took some plants. I gave him some plants of mine.
Nice.
And we had a little birthday session. We kept it all like super socially distant, and he ended up hitting the old dual volcano gas mask.
Good luck, my brother. He loves it. He loves it.
It's actually quite pleasant.
You okay?
Dude, that was fucking priceless, dude.
Man, Eric did it twice.
Yeah.
each bowl is at least a half gram. Like it's a half gram, maybe 0.6, and he did it twice.
2 bowls, so that's like a gram each time.
Yeah, that's at least a gram each time.
That's awesome, dude. I can't wait to give it a run, man. I will do that, man. That's going to be very interesting. Well, so I'll just show you real quick, man. We mentioned the CF and CFX. You got these too, right? What do you got these around?
I those are on my shelf. I have the Terra, which is my baby. This is my favorite boundless vape, and I'm gonna vape on this right now. The CF and the CFX, like when I got them years ago. What year was it? Like 2016, 2017?
Oh, it's 5 years ago. So probably 16. Yeah, probably 16.
Okay, like those vapes, like, it's weird to say now because like now like they're not common, they're not frequently recommended in a lot of my content. But when those vapes came out, they set the fucking bar. They set the scene at like, hey, for $150 or $170, this is the performance level all vapes need to be at. And the CF and the CFX performed, man. Like you put a 0.25, 0.3 bowl of herb in there, and the CFX, like it was such a better performing vape than what people had been experiencing back then, which was like the packs and the Magic Flight launch box, and there wasn't a lot of really good portables on the scene.
A riser, and that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
That and the Mighty and Crafty came out before that, but they were out of reach for just about everybody. Yeah, like $400 and 350, 360.
The CFX and the CF were almost kind of mimicking, a little play off the Mighty and the Crafty. Like
it was modeling after.
Here's our version of Big Brother a little bit.
And did a good job with that. They got their own little look. Same idea of, big to little, like you said right here. Same differences as far as digital temp. This one didn't have any way to change it with an app, but like we said, it's cheaper and it had more temperatures on board anyhow. Same similar looking kind of a mouthpiece, even though there's nothing cooling about this part of the mouthpiece whatsoever. Everything it does is up here. More battery power. It was a really similar kind of closeness. So you're right, dude. I mean, I could put a third of gram in those suckers and fucking beat myself up or pass it around and have fun with others. At the time, it really was one of the first ones that was like fun to share if you went somewhere.
Totally. And it was a vape that was easy to adapt to. And it's still a vape that's easy to adapt to. When people are coming from smoking joints and they want to stop smoking joints, I think the CFX and the CF are still a valid contender. It's like, hey, instead of taking that half gram or whatever you're putting into a joint, just put it in this thing, turn it on to 380, 390 or whatever. And instead of standing outside and puffing your joint, stand outside and puff this vaporizer. Take long inhales. You'll get high as fuck. You'll get plenty medicated. You won't get the stress on your lungs that the joint gives you. You won't get the stink on your clothes that the joint gives you. And third bonus, when you're done, empty the bowl into a bag and collect it. And when you have enough, eat it with some butter and get high again.
All day long, I'm sold. Yeah, dude, that CF is probably one of my top 3 cheap vapes to recommend, top 4. And it's the one that I recommend, like you said, when there's a smoker in the room that wants to get whacked. I go, cool, this got a big bowl. You stick with it, you're done.
Eric mentioned that there's Terra changes in the previous video, right? Like he ended in that little clip with some Terra changes. But now we're talking about the CF and the CFX, and there are some changes coming up for that in the upcoming time as well.
But this one for sure, yeah. This one might see something fun. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, let me roll the clip. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Cool. So what's different about the CFC 3 compared to the CFC 2?
So we have this cooling spiral in the mouthpiece now. Extra cooling in the mouthpiece. We are actually moving to 4 preset temperatures for this version though, instead of the full temperature control. So we're kind of trying to consolidate the CF and the CFC line into one unit. And we're going to try to do the same with our hybrids, CFX, CF. We're going to try to make it into one, badass unit.
So you're telling me the CFC is going to swallow up the CF? CFV is going to swallow up the CX and come into some really cool thing that everybody likes?
We're trying, yeah.
Is that what the next CFX is all about?
Right.
Awesome, man. So what does that mean? More hybrid or what?
Yeah, more hybrid going on, and more cooling, a different mouthpiece altogether. We're not gonna stick with the spiral mouthpiece, the juice box, little mouthpiece thing. So this is all one attached mouthpiece. I'll get some photos and stuff for you to make it a little easier to understand. I like how it works. It's more open, more free flowing.
Any dialing in on the conduction convection, or is that going to be set?
So this one's gonna be set, but we are working on a version where right now it has three different temperature modes. So you have the hybrid mode, a conduction mode, and a convection mode. So we took both of our heating elements, the CFX and Terra, and kind of put it into one unit. But we're trying to work out the firmware so you actually can control it independently. So right now it's just like three different, three vaporizers in one essentially. We're trying to make it one vape.
How big is that fucker right now, man?
It's as big as a CFX, a little bigger. So we actually got the size down. Our units are going to be a little smaller now. So we're going to release, the project name is called the CFX Plus. We're not going to stick with that name for obvious reasons. This unit is going to have that the same size chamber as the CF and CFX.
Cool.
It's going to be a hybrid device. It's going to be the same size of the CF, but it's going to have full temperature control. And it's going to have that updated mouthpiece without the swivel, more free flowing. And the UI is going to be a little bit better, and colors are going to be popping, USB-C charging. We're going to move forward with USB-C on all our units moving forward.
That's going to be dope.
Yeah, that sounds like they got some cooler shit going on. I'm glad that Boundless has someone on the ground here that's really working in that role, in that product development role. So congrats, Eric, on that role. And sounds like there's some really cool shit coming up.
Totally great role too, especially with how tight into the community is. And I mean, look, man, he loves the shit. He uses it himself. So you got to have those kind of people, working in those positions. And I'm stoked. That's good for him.
That's exactly how I feel. When I was hired to work for some vaporizer companies, that's like literally what I told them. I'm like, you can't have engineers and marketing people, and you can't have the people making the decisions about a product be people who don't use the product. And there are so many companies.
Dude, it happens all the time.
I don't want to throw them under the bus, but congrats Boundless for having somebody in that role. I'm going to hit this Terra. The Terra is full convection, by the way. The bowl gets hot from the retained convection heat.
Yeah, I call it a session convection portable.
Session convection portable. I like that.
Yeah, instead of on demand where you're constantly on and off with the heater, you turn this on for a session, it's convection the whole time, you're done. Dude, remember for a minute when they had the CF hybrid? Do you still have your old hybrid? Remember that thing? I dug this up. This is a normal CF with a different shaped oven, but it has a 510 connector on the bottom, so you could run your carts off it too. And this thing, they need to have everything going at once. So pretty neat idea. Full digital temp on here, which, was early in on this thing. So
and removable 18650 battery.
Oh, that's right. This part here, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, man.
I forgot about that, dude. I'm glad you said that. I forgot all about that.
It's discontinued. That product is discontinued.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Oh, wow. Check that fucker out.
It's a box mod from Boundless with the actual e-cig oil or whatever, e-cig juice, e-juice.
And what's inside? Is it the CF hybrid or is it a different box mod?
I haven't unboxed it, but I did fondle it. I fondled it because Boundless had one. Like they when I was at their office, it was like from their early days when
I was gonna say, is that another forgotten item? Because I don't even remember. I don't even know if I have one of those in here. I don't think I do.
Yeah, it's a forgotten, lost. It's pre CF hybrid.
Wow, that's fucking dope.
When they first came out, they were trying to do like some herb vapor and some e-juice. They were trying to like get as much traction as they could from either space. And I think they got more traction in the herb space.
Oh, so anyhow, I want to mention the CFV for a minute that they're doing now. This is the newer version. I couldn't find any of my older ones, man. I really wanted to show those because this one is the same heater as in the Terra. But in my opinion, this is not the one to get unless you're one of those guys who just loves to ride low temperature waves and never really get to that upper, by the time you get to the really high temps and start pulling it's done.
Yeah, you gotta cheat the heater with the CFV. You gotta like do cigar puff until you see some vapor coming out of the corner of your mouth, like the thing, and then when you see the vapor, then you can take your hit. But that type of stuff kills the battery. So with the CFV, you don't get all that good performance. So it's a lesser capable, smaller version of the Terra. Like the Terra for me is one to get.
Hey, I couldn't find any of my original CFVs, but they had a lot of cool colors. You remember those colors? Do you have any of those on your shelf?
Red.
Can you see it? I'm glad he's going to grab it. I'm going to show you. I don't have those. I have the Swift Pros, which are the same thing made by Flowermate. They did the same shit with other colors, but yes, that right there, man. Look at this. Love that. That is the coolest red ever.
It is. It's nice.
These were the same thing as the original CFV, just not as dope a shell, except the colors were super cool.
The first versions had interchangeable rings, like you could change the bowl. Like it had wood or quartz or
that's right, I forgot
metal,
about that.
ceramic. There was different bowl linings that you could change. Really, they were trying to innovate in the space.
That's cool as shit, man. And they didn't really catch on, which doesn't surprise me at all. But I sure did think it was fucking cool. These are a real quick look at their little pocketable conduction ones. The CFC was really cool looking, the original CFC. This one, though, unfortunately had some real flaws up here with the heat, kind of started to fall apart and was really hard to fix. So then they made the CFC2, which is more rounded and has more insulation by the oven. And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I like the other one a lot better, but this one actually worked. And then I don't think they're even going to continue that anymore, but they have the CFC Lite out there, which has got a removable battery in it. And they all of these have pretty much the same oven in them. So they got that going too. And after that, I think we've hit all the fucking vapes, man. I think we hit everything I got.
Eric did talk a little bit about some new stuff coming out as well for the Terp Pen. He talked about some new Terp Pen gadgetry.
You got a clip we could share?
I do have one.
We can share it? Sweet, man. Clip.
This one, pretty sure this was in the zone of things that we could all talk about. If so,
hope so, Eric.
Hope so. Oh,
you kind of gave us a CFX update, right? Yep. What about the Terp Pen, man? What's the plans for that? We like that Terp Pen.
Yes, so we do have big plans for the Terp Pen. We are going to release a Terp Pen related product later on this year, hopefully around July, for 710. So the idea behind this one is it's going to use the same tips as the Terp Pen and Terp Pen XL. So you could use both tips, and it's going to be like a handheld, essentially try to get it as maybe a little bit smaller than the Terra. But the bubbler is going to sit inside. You're going to have a mouthpiece, and you're able to, dip, or it's going to come with a quartz bucket too. So you can use that bucket on the go. You could dip into your jar still, use it off the dab tool. But essentially an all-in-one with a little bubbler inside.
That sounds
USB-C charging as well.
Is it going to be one of those like bubblers like that's pocket friendly?
Spill-proof glass, yeah. So you could, travel with it. It's not going to leak into your pocket or anything.
That sounds dope, man. This summer, huh?
Yeah, we're shooting for that. If all goes well, there's been a lot of delays this past year.
Yeah, production issues are real everywhere, man. Like they're real. Yeah. When I see somebody actually produce something or fulfill an order, I'm like, fucking way to go, man.
So we're counting for, after the holiday here and everything, hopefully we get back to 80% at least. And then a couple months after that, 100%, by mid-year. But it's been hard, man.
What's the code name of this one? What are we calling it?
That's Terp Pen Bubbler for the moment.
Terp Pen B, Terp Pen Bub. Nice. That's
Eric,
cool.
I appreciate all that you shared. I hope I didn't share the wrong stuff.
No, I think you did real well there, man. Dude, that was those were good clips, and shit, I think we went for at least an hour. So look for more in another interview video later on, probably this week. Keep an eye out for that.
We session with Eric for more than 2 hours.
See, I was so fucked up. I thought I was just an hour.
So can I show you this off record?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so everybody cut the next whatever you're showing us. No, you're free to say whatever you want until I say we're back. Oh shit, did you? Oh man, I thought I was like, well, they shut the stream down.